Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. And it looks like the nightmare continues for me, because I still got more stuff I want to fix over here. And in fact, I was looking at my up and down views again, and I do not actually think I have them completely right. So I'm going to make some adjustments there first. They are doing a lot better than they were yesterday, though, so that is at least progress, but oh boy. This whole area, it's just kind of hard. Life is hard. It is what it is. But yeah, I just noticed that the shadow area here was getting a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. And I think that might have been the only issue that I saw here. I hope so. That'd be nice. I'll just take a quick look, make sure I'm not missing anything important. Okay, and it does look like there's a little bit of compression there that I kind of want to work out. But yes, otherwise I think it's okay. No need to panic. I gotta tell myself these things sometimes. It may not be the strand from hell, but working with this area is still pretty hard. Okay, now that should be okay. I don't think it needs to be, like, super precise, just enough that it won't be noticeable while her head moves around. How's that highlight doing? I think it's not shaped quite right. So I'm going to stare at it for just a sec and make sure that everything is the way I want it to be before I move on. And indeed, it is not shaped quite right. Okay, yeah, I'm still not quite happy with the angle on the line here. All these things really are a little bit finicky. Why are the vertices gotta be so picky? Or maybe it's not the vertices' fault. Maybe I shouldn't blame them. Maybe it's my fault for being so picky. Because the me of a few days ago thought that this was totally fine. I just changed my mind. It's okay, this is what happens when you stare at one area for a really, really long time. You start really getting familiar with what it looks like. And suddenly, every little problem will start sticking out. Or maybe that's just me. I could see that one as just being me. Okay. Have to think again. I admit, my brain has been a little bit fried the past couple of days. I started going a little bit hard into learning Japanese again, and I might have tried to cram too much information into my brain all at once. And so my brain has just been perpetually tired the past couple of days. So I'm gonna have to take it easy today. I might still do a little bit of review just so I don't lose anything, but definitely cannot be going and learning new words today. I'm a little bit sad about it, if I'm being honest. Honestly, more than a little bit sad. Because I was having a great time, and my brain is just saying no, unfortunately. It's like that sometimes, though, and I've gotten better at recognizing when it happens. Like, I think the me of 5 years ago probably would have powered through this feeling until I burnt out entirely and just physically could not read anymore. That's happened a couple of times. But now I recognize, wait, this is going dangerous places. I better stop. Okay, it's what we call learning. I can see some stuff wrong right down here, but I cannot, for the life of me, figure out why. Maybe it's that aforementioned brain not working very well because I tried to shove too many new Japanese words into it all at once. I could definitely believe it. I might just be a little bit out of it for the next couple of days. It's okay, I think I could still work on this. But I might not be entirely here. Okay, yep, that is a little bit better. And now I think if I make it a little bit thicker on that side, that'll make a pretty big difference too. Just a little bit. Just want to thicken this highlight just a little. Yeah. Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit thicker in a couple of places, and then I think it'll be okay. Now I'm reminding myself of why I wanted to save these strands for near the end, after I had, like, everything else done up there. It's because I hate working with them. They are an absolute nightmare. I mean, I call this one the strand from hell because it's the worst. But these aren't very kind to me either. It's okay, I think every artist goes through those moments of, wait, why do I think art is fun again? This is one of those moments for me. But it's fine. When I go out and check it and see her nod, I'm like, yeah, that's why art is fun. Art is great. Even when it's making me go slightly insane, art is great. It's fantastic. Okay, and then I think I want to fix a little bit on this tiny strand, but everything else is good enough. I do see some things I could probably make slightly better if I wanted to spend an eternity doing so, but I don't, so this is fine. It's just a super minor thing right through here, but I don't even think it looks bad when I zoom out, so I think that is fine. So I'll get this little strand looking just a little bit better there. And then I think that's going to be good for this angle. Yeah, I think that's fine. I see maybe a slight little squirming, but it's super not noticeable. It's totally fine. Okay, now there is one thing that is not totally fine. Stuff over here, totally fine. But I noticed that the tip of the strand was not curving quite right. And that is not totally fine. I actually find it very noticeable when paired with going all the way to the top. And that's what makes it not totally fine. Okay, so I'll get this curling right. I got most of the tip there, and now the only thing that I see is a tiny little lump right through here. Just a tiny little thing. Okay, is there anything else I want to fix while I'm here? One more touch-up on this tiny strand. I just felt like it was sticking out a little bit too much. And it was just a little more noticeable than I wanted it to be when I moved her head up. Or, you know, went all the way up and down. Okay, but this seems fine. Alright, back to the left side. I'm gonna check just the regular left side one more time before I go back to the corners. Just since I did see something in my bottom turn there, I want to make sure everything is just right here. It'd be nice if I had a little bit more control over this highlight here, but I think it looks fine as is, and I don't feel like doing any science with this part. It is already not cooperating with me enough as it is, so this is fine. But I do think I need to tuck this in just a little. It's just sticking out a wee bit too much. Same with the tiny strand. Okay. But yes, there I think is looking pretty okay. I mean, those little changes I just did were just me being picky. Which will always be true. Let's be real. I will always be a little bit picky, but I think it's good to be A little bit picky, at least. But yeah, angle is fine. Okay, which means it is time to go back to my corners. After I make a minor adjustment to this loop that I decided to do at the last minute. Okay, it's quarter time. I didn't finish adjusting this loop with everything yesterday. Oh god. But there's still a lot of problems here. I don't know how I didn't notice them yesterday. I'm a little bit sad. Let me check my upward turn. How's it doing? Okay, upward turn's not bad. And some of it is just because of that small turn I literally just made on the left turn, so... that should be fine. I'll go ahead and fix this first, and then I'll go back into the bottom left turn. That made me cry a little bit on the inside. I thought I had it looking so good yesterday, but I missed something really, really big. And so that's just deeply unfortunate, but I'll go ahead and do some easier stuff real quick. Fix up these couple of little strands here. I gotta say that this strand is looking so much better now. I didn't notice anything on that one. And I had been watching that guy squirm in my upper right turn for a while now. So that made me happy. That offset some of the internal screaming a little bit. Man. Everything here is so finicky. Even small movements like that are sometimes moving things a little bit farther than they need to go, which makes me wonder if I should even be worrying about it, if I'm being honest, but let's see, I actually think that this is part of this layer. Kinda need to stretch this guy out a little. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do a bunch of work on this part here. And I think I will work on that before I do the hair over her shoulder, just because it's kind of above her shoulder. But I'll do that later. Let's get this little loop for now. And if its squirming starts bothering me, I'll just hide the layer entirely. It's not really that important, and it won't even lead to bald jump scares if I hide it. So, that makes it totally fine to hide. Alright, let's clean up these vertices here. They got pushed around all over the place. Someone must have been bullying them hard, and I get the feeling that someone was my brush. It's okay, I better make it up to them. The brush is absolutely wonderful, moves things around so nicely, but it is also the destroyer of worlds, and it does not care about anything. So even though it moves things around nicely so I don't have to touch each individual vertex anymore, it moves everything indiscriminately. If it is within its radius, it's getting moved, and it's moving a lot probably. So I gotta be careful. Otherwise I get stuff like this where it really does look like the vertices were just bullied so hard. They were just all over the place and all out of sorts. I don't think they knew what was going on at all. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Okay. Now for the sadness. Sigh. Okay. But I think I know what to do. So I'm just gonna grab everything. Literally everything. We're gonna get a big brush. We're gonna destroy the world here. But just a little bit, so it's okay. And... okay, not that big. I'm just gonna move this entire cluster very slightly to the right. Cool. Alright, let's see how well that did. Okay. That's a little better. Now I'm gonna go back to the state where I just hide all the hair and try to pretend like none of these things are there. Okay. We're gonna make everything nice and easy to see. And the best part is I don't even have to hide her face this time because I'm looking down at the bottom. There is no face down here, so just hiding these layers is enough. Okay. So I guess I'm starting with this guy, because that had stuff I noticed first. And because I was looking at it, it made me want to work on it. I guess I should also make sure up here is okay, since I did move that this morning. Yeah, that actually is okay right there, but it's not okay over here. Okay. I also want to check this strand before I get too deep into this part. Just because I feel like I'm going to have to change a bunch of things if that strand is wrong. Since this kind of sits right underneath it. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Okay. So that actually takes us way up here. There's some stuff that has to move down just a little bit. You can see that I was checking things vertically over here, and I noticed that this little spot that kind of digs into this highlight here was a little bit too high. So I needed to shift the vertices downward a little and get everything right there. I still do. They are not quite where they belong yet. It's okay. I'm hoping that once they are in the right place, that that'll help fix some of the other problems that I'm seeing. There's a little bit of blobbiness right here, for example, but I don't see that quite as much now that I've shifted a lot of those vertices downward. Check this again. That is close enough. Gonna check some of the other areas here. There's definitely some compression happening over here. I will have to take a look at that, but let me make sure that everything is lining up this way first. Oh my. No. It is not. Glad I checked. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna consult the mesh a little. I'm pretty sure all I have to do is straighten out the triangles over here. But maybe not. I was hoping that they'd be pointing a little bit more in the wrong direction, but they really weren't. Okay, well, I'll keep doing a little bit more mesh consultation and try to pull out the biggest problems. You know, thinking about it, looking so deeply at the mesh might be what got me into a little bit of trouble yesterday. Since I had everything just shifted a bit too far to the right. So I better be careful about that. But nonetheless, I do want to work out some of the larger problems before I move on. But I better be careful about doing things like this. Okay. Can I spin things over without things being weird now? Mostly. Okay. Mostly is a fine enough answer for where I'm at here. Pain. Alright. I need to figure out what order I want to do all this in. I think I'm gonna do this little loop. I'm just gonna grab him real quick. I think this guy's actually mostly right. With that, I will want to consult the mesh. Because, yeah, there's just a few being kind of tilted downward a bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Just thickening things up here a little bit, because it felt like it was kind of squishing down when I moved her head down. So hopefully that's all in a good spot now. Oh man. Still feel like some of those vertices are going a bit low, but I kind of had to have them like that in order to line up with my bottom turn. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure something out here. Let's see what I can get away with. I think I can get away with having the vertices slightly higher on the bottom turn here. So I think I can just push this guy up a little. Which will mean that I can push this guy up a little bit here. And hopefully that will cover that issue. Yep, still lines up here. Looks much better here. Perfect. Okay. All is well. All is totally well. Okay, still got a little bit of stuff to line up here, but I'm getting there. We're just gonna have annoying side hair week as it stands. So let's see. I'm trying to describe the issue that I keep saying. Watch this side of her hair. When I send it down, it's gonna look like it's squishing inward a little bit. See, right through here, it has like this little dip in the highlight. It's mostly in the highlight that I see it. So that tells me that it's probably the center vertices that are in the wrong place. I'm gonna consult the mesh again, actually. See if it can tell me anything. But it is becoming increasingly difficult to understand the language of vertices here, as the distance I need to move things gets less and less. See, when something is just way off, it's real easy to understand triangles. They will speak to you and tell you everything you need to know. But as things start moving less and less, it becomes a bit more garbled, and everything moves a little bit less, so you don't just see this random squirmer. This random squirmer that just does not know what's going on. After a while, everybody seems to have some idea of what they're doing, but something is just wrong. That's why sometimes I describe it as the rigging Uncanny Valley, where it's not really Uncanny Valley, but it's still the sense that something is wrong, even if you can't quite place what it is, and it just makes you feel really uncomfortable for no apparent reason. Hello, Edgy Kitty. Did you have a good day at school today? Okay, getting closer. This is still... leaving me with a bunch of internal screaming, but it's okay. I think I'm slowly but surely putting it all together. I just looked at it this morning and there was a lot off and I was very sad. But I think I've already fixed most of it, so now I'm just kind of fixing up the last bits. In theory. We'll see how much it cooperates with me. And if I load it up tomorrow and I'm just like, man, everything is still wrong. Well, that's a thing to do. People are weird. Okay, there's a shenanigan over here. I think that is enough movement that I will see it in the mesh, though. So let's see what's wrong here. I mean, if people are going to be randomly shouting, I don't think they're going to care that they're bothering people. If anything, I think they know that they're bothering people. They just don't particularly care. So, that's one of those situations where you just got to do your best and, you know, hopefully not associate with that person in the future if you can help it. I don't know, that tracks pretty well for me. That seems like something a 13-year-old would do. I mean, some 13-year-olds are more mature than others, so... People are gonna do what they're gonna do. It just kind of is what it is sometimes. see. How is this mesh actually shaped? Okay. Not sure what I was doing here, but I was sure doing something. Try to make those more in that shape then. My goodness, why will this just not move right for me? I might just not be able to get it quite as smooth as I have on other turns. Because it's like I try and it's just never quite right. And I kind of don't want to be working on this for the next 2 weeks. I just know that I want this to be fairly straight going down. And I do think it is pretty straight, but it's like sagging a little bit in the middle here, and I don't know why. Okay, well, if I recognize that much, then I guess the next thing to try is just to pull out that area a little bit further, just the whole thing. Kind of the reverse of what I did at the very start of the stream here. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay, this is getting shorter. I will want to do something about that. This entire area is freaking out, but did I at least get the side? I want to fix one thing right here, but otherwise, yes. I do think it is close enough. Nope. That was no good. Back it up a little. Okay, but I think I know what I need to do. Again, the center line of vertices is a little bit off here. So I just need to push them a little bit further this way. This whole area, I think. And then maybe, in theory, that'll get what I want here. God, I can't wait until I'm done with the strand. I don't like it anymore. But I still have 2 more angles to do after this one. And I am just internally screaming like you wouldn't believe. But it's alright. I'll get it. I always do in the end. Sometimes it just takes me a little while. Okay, and I already know that some of these have to go a little higher up. So I can do that. And I'll start getting this line here up where it needs to go. Let me make sure that lines up here. Whoa, is that line just too short then? I think it might be. Okay. Because, yeah, this... Okay, it's a little bit too high. Let me line it up right here, and then I'll worry about getting the lower turn. Okay. So now I'll line it up vertically here. I think that might honestly be all I have to do. Nope, a little bit more. Just a little bit. So I'll move this up with it. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. At least in terms of height. And now I just need to make sure that the strand is properly lined up with just the normal base before I started moving everything. Where she's looking straight ahead. Because right now it is not. Yeah, there's actually it kind of curves weirdly, so I need to keep that in mind as well. Has a little weird quality to it like that. Something like this. Still looks weird to my eyes, but I think that is actually how it looks. Yes, it is. Most excellent. Okay, back over here. So I think that the height is fine here now. So now I just got to get that weird little curve back into it. That just always looks very strange to me. Okay, there we go. I think that's there now. Let me see if it's lining up with my bottom turn. Heck yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Maybe. In theory, I hope. Okay, and because I changed some things there, I'm also going to change it just a little bit over here too. Make sure it's lined up with the top turn. Okay, in fact, I probably want to push it in just a little bit more here. Get that weird shape that always baffles me. Okay. And in true me fashion, I found a couple of things that I wanted to fix on the upper right turn that I thought was pretty okay. You know, when I said that I was going to go into strands here, I was not actually expecting them to take me multiple days like this. I'm a little bit surprised. I think it had been long enough that since I worked with them, like, super in-depth like this, that I had forgotten the true nightmare. But it's okay, I'm here again, I remember. I remember now. I felt like the strand was a bit long, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back up just a tad here. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Alright, back to down here. Alright, I think I've actually almost got it. Looking away for a second can help sometimes. So I'm glad that I decided to go check my upper turns because now I can see things a little bit more clearly. I always gotta remind myself of that. Maybe it's a time to go look at another angle or another part of the hair. And I feel like I'm just getting super bogged down by something. By some unseen force that I do not yet understand. Okay, it's not, like, perfect, but I think it is, like, through here is probably good enough. The shifting is fairly minor. I want to try to fix the tip just a little bit more, though. What exactly is bothering me here? Okay. Might just be something like this. I was hoping the mesh might have some ideas for me. And yeah, that helped a little bit. Okay. So I'll start getting into that tip now. I say, the exasperation apparent in my voice. Just gonna go on in. It'll be fine. I hope. So I'd like to get started on the right side today. I'll be kind of sad if I don't, but at the same time, my brain hurts. It is just so fried from learning too much language. Okay, almost there. Almost there, I believe. Actually, I should check against my bottom turn here, because I thought that was in a pretty good spot, so maybe what I need to change is up here. Yeah, I think so, actually. Okay, I think the very, very tip of it is growing a little bit, so I'll tuck that back in, but I think everything else is fine enough. Yeah, I think that's fine enough. How does it look when I go all the way up and down? Besides the stuff I already know I have to fix a little further down. Yeah, seems okay. So, now I can do this part. That part, what, 3? I think this is the 3rd time I've tried to get it right. It's been a little bit closer every time, so hopefully this will be the last time. I don't know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up having to poke a bit more at this tomorrow, but I want to get started on the right side today, so let's just get this into a good enough state. Okay, so the first thing here is going to be this, the shadow just on the side here. That is the first thing that needs to be lined up. And then once that looks nice, I can kind of work a whole bunch of other stuff around that. Okay. Yeah. It's getting there. Just gotta get it nice and straight now. So I think that's how that strand is supposed to be, right? Yeah, it's pretty straight. Alright, that seems okay. The tip is just getting a little bit flattened, and I think most everything else is pretty okay here. So let's just fix the shape a little bit there, right through here, and then I do not dare touch those vertices individually, so I grab my brush and very carefully push it down like that. Just like that. Ah, yes, wonderful. And it still has all the qualities that I like about this angle. Okay, seems good. Let's go ahead and do it on this side now. Do I want to turn her main hair back on? Because now there's the bald spot, but no, I don't think I do. This is fine. So I'm pretty sure I already checked out the right turn quite a lot, but I'm gonna give it one last good look here. Gonna hide a little bit more of her shoulder hair here. Okay. No distractions. Just staring. Yeah, it actually gets a little bit thick on the top there. Okay. That's why I wanted to stare at it very intently here. Then I think I want to just pull this out just a little bit more, make it a little bit flatter on that side. You can see that I'm still being very, very gentle in that movement, even though I'm moving it a bit more than I have a lot of other things. There we go. I just wanted this part to come out just a little bit more to make this part look a little bit longer. Like we're seeing just a little bit more of it. Okay. Yeah, and now I think that's all pretty good. Just kind of cleaning up the finishing touches here. And I can get in to the lower right. So now I'm just praying that it'll be kinder to me than my left turns were. Please be nice to me, right turns. I just want to help you all. I just want to help all the little vertices get into the right place and make everything look nice. Everything will be wonderful if you just cooperate. So I am just hoping that they are nice to me today. Alright, seems good. Okay. It's okay, some of that is probably just because I changed a bunch of things. So, first things first, gotta start with the top. I do have it all lined up vertically already, right? A little bit. I think I can do a little bit better than that, though. Because let me stare for a little second here. Yeah, the very bottom of that kind of slightly darker area is a little bit too low, so it's making the whole thing a little bit too long. So I just gotta push that guy just a tad. Okay, yeah, that's good. And the tips of the hair are all good. No, but they're no good in a way that I will have to fix later. I will have to reshape this entire strand. Tip of the tiny strand is good, though. And that all seems fine. Okay. So now I start lining it up with the right turn. And that's going to involve a lot of moving everything. Literally everything to the right. So here goes nothing. Pain. Okay. It's okay. It all starts out with a little bit of pain. It'll get better. The left side did too, eventually. Okay, so I think this will probably take a few tries to get into place. It always does, but yep, even that's already much closer. And some of the parts that are off, I can tell, are not even on this layer, so let's start pulling some of this over too. Okay, this looks like a job for some mesh consultation. This part's always a little bit hard to consult properly because, well, it's the color of the lines is almost the same color as the hair texture there, so it's a little bit hard to see. That's okay, I'll do my best. Do my best to figure out what these triangles are trying to tell me. Right now it's telling me, holy hell, how did you get those things so far to the right? And I can only respond with, not sure. But it sure happened. Oh man, am I even going to be able to consult the mesh properly in these circumstances? I don't know. Oh no, this is looking a little bit better. Okay, my brain is definitely a little bit fried today. Let's go take a look at the upper right and see... Oh, upper right is not quite as bad. Okay, let's work a little bit on the upper right. Do something that I understand a little bit better. Do something that looks like it'll require a little bit less effort on my poor tired brain. See if I can't get something nice done before I want to stop for today. Yeah, that's not so bad. Gotta consult the mesh for this too. Wow, I go way over there. And it even looks okay. I'm actually surprised that that works out, because the vertices are crossing, and I don't want them to do that. But if I can get them close to crossing, then, you know what? Sure, let's go for it. We'll just bring this all the way over here, man. If it works, there's no reason not to, so... There we go, I just didn't think it would work, but apparently... my past self decided to give it a try anyway. And I can see that it worked. So good job, past self. Good job for trying things and seeing what happens. Okay, but I can't quite get away with it on this one. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, things are going. I can kind of see where some of these vertices are sliding around a bit, so I'm trying to fix that. That's why we're in mesh mode here. Just letting the mesh tell me everything it can. Is that good enough? Let's take a look here. Yeah, seems okay. I guess I'll go ahead and do this little loop on her cheek. It doesn't look like it'll be too bad. Just gotta stretch out the bottom a bit. Sorry, some of the states that the mesh gets in, when I go in to adjust something like this, it makes me laugh. It looks like these vertices got bullied too. Bullied hard, man. Those poor vertices. What'd they ever do to anyone? Alright, let's just try to round all of this out. Okay, that's looking alright. Got a little bit of a flat spot right there, but otherwise I think it is all in the right place. Man, isn't that something? The upper right turn is being more cooperative with me than the lower left turn. The left turns are normally way easier for some reason. Or at the very least they have been cooperating with me more throughout this whole project. And the upper right has always been the worst. But here we are. The upper right's being pretty okay today, and I appreciate it. I really do. So much. After fighting with my lower left turn all day, and all day yesterday, and the day before, it's nice to have something just work it out here. Because I actually think it looks pretty okay. But I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm just kind of determined to see some of this stuff through. Alright. Once again, I see that there's a spot that is slightly caved in after I fixed a bunch of other stuff. You know, I was just complimenting you about cooperating with me. Why you gotta be like this? Okay, that seems pretty good. Is it lining up here? Yes. All is well. Okay. Let's go look at those tips. No, I don't think I have it in me. I'll have to save the tips for tomorrow. So I guess I will just stop here for today. My brain slightly sleepy. But I did my best, and I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. So I think I can be happy. I will go ahead and stop here, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And I hope you're able to create something wonderful today.